everyone, Mitch coming in for the Commander's Core Studio. Welcome to the show. So on today's episode, I've got an exciting one for you with the most fun new commanders that you can build right now. And make sure you check out that card list link in the description below. Now with all that said, let's jump into them. The Dawning Archaic is a brand new fun commander that you can build right now, a 7/7 avatar for 10 mana. It's going to cost 1 less gas for each instant and sorcery card in your graveyard. It's got reach as well, and it says when it attacks you may cast target instant sorcery card from your graveyard without paying its mana cost. That's all you put there for your graveyard. We exile it instead. Here's the thing, essentially. Yeah, this is an amazing commander. This is a brand new colorless commander. Again, one that goes about things in a different and unique way, and one that can be an incredible threat. One that essentially says, hey, you know what we're going to be doing? We're going to be doubling up, or just straight up just casting for free without even having to cast them the first time on your instants and sorceries, your big ones, your massive spells that can do some really powerful things. Now, you are, again, limited to colors, but that's the beauty of a commander like this, where you have to work around certain things. You have to work with certain things. You can do really cool things with utility lands. It is such a fun concept, such a fun commander, and again, one that is a powerful threat on the battlefield as well. Again, a 7/7 for a lot cheaper than 10 mana because, well, obviously you can have a lot more, instant sorceries in your graveyard, which can reduce this cost down to nothing, essentially. It can be a 3-shot KO, even a 2-shot KO, and even a 1-shot KO very easily. I mean, just +4 plow, but Witherbloom, the Balancer, is a super fun, brand new commander, a 5/5 Elder Dragon with affinity for creatures, so you're never going to pay 8 mana in Golgari. It's got flying and death touch, and it says, instant sorcery spells you cast have affinity for creatures. This is such a powerful commander, such an absurd commander. I mean, affinity is something that Wizards rarely plays with, essentially, because it's so incredibly well broken, because cost reduction is just broken. And by doing this, well, you have a commander that, again, essentially can always cost you just basically 2 mana perpetually, which is insane. But also, hey, those instant sorcery spells that are going to be absolutely massive, game-changing, game-ending spells basically cost you nothing as well. So yeah, being able to just go, I cast this giant spell that makes me a giant army of creatures. Yeah, again, those like X spells make X creatures. Cool, all right, play that, and then double up your army. Oh, and then play another one and double it up further. Oh, and by the way, you're in green, which has a lot of recursion spells to bring things back to your hand and do them again and again and again. And of course, a lot of great finishers as well in black. They're like, hey, giant, like exsanguinite type spells. You see where this is going. An insanely powerful commander, one that is a lot of fun to build in a brand new direction for Golgari. Check it out, pick it up. Prismari, the Inspiration, is an inspiring, brand new, exciting, fun commander, a 7/7 Elder Dragon with flying and ward, pay 5 life for 7 mana. And is it? Yeah, your opponents are going to have to at some point pay that because, well, if they don't, the consequences are going to be dire because it says instant sorcery spells you cast have Storm, which is insane, an insane thing. A mechanic, a keyword that basically Wizards just like does not utilize anymore. They're like, the Storm scale is an actual thing. It's called the Storm scale for a reason because Storm is super powerful. One of the most powerful things in Magic. Casting an instant sorcery spell you copied for each spell cast before it this turn. Yeah, that's game ending, that's game changing. That is just like, oh yeah, by the way, I cast a couple spells. And then, of course, I mean, the one direction you can go with this that is just insane is just like extra turns. Like, oh yeah, cool, cast spells, extra turn spell. Okay, cool, I'll take, like 4 extra turns from that one spell? Yeah, you win. You just win. You just win with so many different types of spells that you can cast with this. Rituals, of course, can get insane with this. Draw spells can get insane with this. And yes, extra turns. So many crazy directions and so many fun directions you can take it. Check it out, pick it up, build around it. Lorehold, the Historian, is a brand new, exciting, and fun commander. A brand new direction for Boros with this 5/5 Elder Dragon with flying and haste for 5 mana in Boros. Each instant sorcery card in your hand has Miracle 2. Absolutely crazy. You can cast a card for its Miracle cost when you draw it if it's the first card you drew this turn. Yeah, basically, hey, massive spells now just costing you 2 mana. And again, ones that can actually break timing restrictions for those sorceries because if you Miracle on an opponent's turn, yeah, you're like, oh yeah, I drew this on your turn. Oh, it's a sorcery. I can still play it for just 2 mana. Break the timing restrictions, do insane things. And of course, beginning of each opponent's upkeep, you can discard a card if you want to draw a card. You can rummage for free That's already an insane amount of value again throughout the game. Again, basically 3 times with each trip around the table, you get some free card selection, which then allows you to miracle. Absolutely crazy. Of course, cards that let you look at the top of the library, cards that let you set the top of the library, and there are some out there. There are some crazy ones. Check out, well, maybe a white enchantment that's like, oh, hey, put a card from your hand on top of your library. Maybe. Yeah, absolutely crazy cards that are going to be spiking in price with this one. Check it out, pick it up, build around it. Scriv, the Obligator, is such a fun, exciting, brand new Inkling Commander, a 2/3 Inkling bird with flying and death touch for 4 mana in Orzhov. Whenever Scriv enters or attacks, create a white aura enchantment token named Contract, attached target creature to opponent controls. The token as enchant creature. Enchant creature attacks, it gets +2/+0 until end of turn if it's attacking one of your opponents. If not, it's going to be, making that controller lose 2 life. Yeah, this is a very interesting direction, a very exciting direction for a brand new commander, one that is like, hey, we're making a contract, and the opponent's like, I didn't sign anything. Doesn't matter, your creature did, apparently. Yeah, you can do a lot of exciting things with this one. Again, enters or attacks. So again, the attack, yes, that is nice, but entering much more easily usable and abusable for you. Again, you are in white, you've got plenty of blink effects. You are in black, you have plenty of feigned death effects, which are like, hey, it dies, it comes back, cool, awesome, ETBs. Being able to just utilize that ETB again and again and again to force opponents into saying, well, I could attack, this player, but they'll lose a bunch of life. Or I could just attack the other player and get a giant pump effect. Yay, good for me. Awesome, cool. You can also use some constellation-type cards that really care about when enchantments come into play and just absolutely get so many cool effects. Such a fun, exciting, brand new way to take a commander when it comes to auras and comes to, deals that you're making, and comes to forcing opponents into doing what you want them to do. Check it out, pick it up, build around it. Muddle the Ever-Changing is a 3/3 elemental otter shapeshifter with some crazy cool art for 4 mana and Is It. When you cast an instant or sorcery spell, Muddle becomes a copy of up to 1 target non-legendary creature you control until end of turn, except it has Myriad. Absolutely crazy. Whenever it attacks, again, for each opponent that's not the one you're attacking, you get token copies of this coming into play, or should I say the creature becomes, that are tapped and attacking those other opponents. Absolutely such an exciting thing that's basically like, hey, you know what we're going to be doing? Well, we are going to be creating copies of other creatures, non-legendary ones, cool, and getting whatever ETBs they might have, whatever combat damage triggers they might have, whatever abilities they might have, what they be bringing to the table. You can do some really cool and crazy things again, getting extra copies of other things and getting really powerful creatures on the board this can then become, and you can do some really exciting things with. Of course, there's other ways to copy those creatures further, etc., etc., etc. I mean, populate type effects as well. But yes, you can do some really fun and spicy things at a base level with this one. That's just an insane new way to look at it. And of course, you can just keep changing things up. Again, opponents are going to have a hard time blocking this because you're like, oh yeah, well, all of a sudden, it's this creature. All of a sudden, it's that creature. All of a sudden, it's that creature. By casting instants out of nowhere, you can just change it up. Such a fun, exciting, brand new commander. Build around it. Excava, the Risen Pass, is such an exciting, brand new commander with a very interesting build around for Boros, a 3/3 spirit horse with flying and haste for 4 mana in Boros. Attacks, return up to 1 target artifact, creature, or non-aura enchantment card. May value 3 or less in your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on. It's a 1/1 spirit with flying to other types. This is such an exciting commander and one that can go, well, in some different directions. Obviously, you can focus on one of those different types, all the types. You can focus on ETBs. You can focus on, well, maybe some populate effects as well, which can go, oh, yeah, well, they're 1/1 spirits, so they're creatures, and then I can make extra copies of those things and get even more ETBs and do some absolutely crazy things. The limiting factor of this one is actually really cool, where it's like, okay, mana value 3 or less. So you've got like a mana value 3 or less, like value-centric deck. A lot of powerful things in that when it comes to artifact creatures and non-aura enchantments, essentially, out of those. Do some really fun and crazy things. Get a lot of those little spirits out there that are, well, really, 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 really exciting creatures that can do some really exciting things, especially when you populate them. Do some crazy things. Check this one out, build around it, and have fun. Primo, the Unbounded, is such an exciting brand new commander with some really sick art. A 0/0 fractal wolf with trample 4, X green and a blue. Enters with twice X counters on it, so this can become absolutely massive very quickly. Again, you're in Simic, you got plenty of ways to ramp, get a lot of mana out there and do crazy things. On top of that, though, Whenever one or more creatures you control at base power 0 deal combat damage to a player, create a 0/0 green fractal. Green and blue fractal creature token, I should say. Put a number of counters on equal to the damage dealt. Yeah, this is such a fun commander because it's basically like 0 power tribal in a way. You can do some really fun things with this one. Obviously, I mean, this one is going to be making a good amount of fractals itself, and basically those fractals make more fractals, which make more fractals. You see where this is going. Obviously, you are in a color combination that get damage through either a trample or some evasion in blue, like, flying, etc. But yes, being able to just go, let's find some 0 power creatures out there, build a deck around them. Obviously, a lot of them are like, hey, I come to play with counters on me, etc., etc., etc. Do a lot of fun things with that, essentially. Get their base power going and just absolutely go crazy. Hitting opponents here, there, and everywhere, doubling up your army on every single turn, and just dominating the board. A really exciting new direction for Simic. Check it out, pick it up, build around it. Arnyn, Deathbloom, Botanist, a 2/2 Vampire Druid, is such a fun, brand new commander that is super simple and super effective and super deadly. It's got Death Touch for 3 mana, and black says whenever a creature you control of power or toughness 1 or less dies, target opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. Basically a Blood Artist type commander, and one that is a bit more targeted where you say, hey, you know what we're going to be doing? We're going to be picking on a player and taking them out, and then we're going to pick on another player and take them out, and then the last player, well, we kind of have to, pick on them, obviously. They're the only other player. So essentially with this one, you are building a power and toughness 1, essentially, tribal deck where you're like, okay, all the creatures that I want to die are going to have power toughness 1. Obviously, those can be token creatures, non-token creatures, whatever you're going to be doing. Focus on that, essentially, and then obviously the vampire kind of aesthetic is quite fun with the draining, but obviously the aristocrat style, hey, okay, free sacrifice outlets, other death triggers, essentially benefits that you can utilize. Just drain your opponents out super quickly with this one. Focus on life drain and life gain effects. Again, there's obviously other ways too to benefit off of life gain and ways to drain opponents further with life gain too. You can do so many exciting things with this one, and again, it is a more targeted approach for aristocrats where it is, instead of like, okay, the blanket, okay, everyone loses life. This is more of the, hey, direct, you know what? I'm a blood artist. I'm a big blood artist, basically. I'm going to drain you directly, take one player out at a time. And again, with a very, very specific, okay, power toughness 1, interesting kind of deck build structure. Such a fun, brand new commander. Check it out, pick it up, build around it. Page Loose Leaf is a super fun brand new commander that is such a challenge, and I challenge you to build around it because, well, look how dorky this commander is. A 0/2 construct for 2 mana, and it taps for colors. Oh, and by the way, it's got grandeur. That's how jokey this commander is. This is how out there this commander is, where it's like, yeah, grandeur. I challenge you to build around it because, grandeur, not really a thing that you can build around necessarily, essentially. Or you should be building around necessarily. But here's the thing, again, that's slept on. This is a colorless commander that gives you a guaranteed turn 2 ramp every single time. And that is something that we have not had before in colorless. We do not have that essentially like, oh yeah, mana dork commander that just gives me mana on turn 2 no matter what. And this essentially can set up so many exciting plays. Because what this does essentially, again, is it gives you that guaranteed, all right, I know what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be ramping a ton, and therefore I can actually really dedicate myself to going crazy when it comes to ramp. I can go super big with mana, and again, this commander is not my finisher. I mean, actually, you could build a really funny deck where like it is your finisher and you somehow win with a 0/2, which, yeah, you can do that, obviously. But essentially, it is just the way to set yourself up. It is the way to supercharge your game plan by, again, making sure you're ahead of your opponents, by making sure that you are there on turn 2, ramping, turn 3, then a 4 mana rock, like maybe one that just taps for 3, something that's Thran, essentially, being able to essentially go, oh yeah, now on turn 4 I've got like 7 mana, oh maybe 8 mana, I'm just going crazy with mana essentially and just going insane, throwing out some giant Eldrazi, throwing out some other world just changing creatures. Yeah, again, from Page Loose Leaf, this dorky commander, again, that everyone's going to laugh at. They're like, oh yeah, look at that common commander. What are you going to do? Grandeur doesn't work. And you're like, yeah, isn't that a joke? All right, turn 2 this, turn 3 this, and all of a sudden, I am off to the races and taking my opponents out. Have fun with Page. And with that, this episode is coming to a close. Comment below with your thoughts on it. And of course, as always, thanks again, and have a good one. This show and episodes like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. If you're looking for an easy way to help support this show, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss any new episodes. You can also go check out our playmats and other merchandise at thecommandersquarters.com. Another easy way to support this show is with our TCG Player affiliate links. So whether you're buying a deck or individual cards, you can use this general link right here or one in the description. And the final way that you can support this show is by supporting us directly by becoming a patron. There are many benefits to being a patron, and I truly couldn't do this without all of their support.